Today we're going to discuss The Golden Bachelor, Episode 7, Women Tell All. Okay, on this episode of The Golden Bachelor, it's episode 7, Women Tell All. We pick back up. Well, first, this again is not the last episode. I thought this was the last episode. This is not the last episode. The final episode will not air until November 30th. Let me make sure I'm right about that date. Yep, November 30th. So this is episode 7. There's one more episode, be episode 8. And this episode is Women Tell All. This starts out with picking up where episode 6 was at. They're at the rose ceremony. Gary has given Leslie a rose, and he is explaining to the host, Jesse, of how he knows what he wants to do, but he just can't do it because he just doesn't want to hurt anybody. So it flashes to that scene. And then we flash to the women who did not get picked. They're on a stage to tell all. So they go through to each woman and they tell about their experience on the show. And they replay funny scenes from the show. They talk to Kathy. And she did a lot better on the Women Tell All than she did on the actual show. Because on the actual show, she came off as not being so nice. But on the Tell All, she actually came off as being an okay person. They spoke to Joan about her early departure because she left because her daughter had just had a baby and she was having some postpartum issues. She said her daughter is fine and she's doing great at home. They speak to Ellen. And, you know, everyone thought that Ellen should have been in the top 3, but she was not. And they also discuss Ellen's friend who watched the show with her, and she unfortunately had passed away, so they discussed that. Then they go back to the rose ceremony footage. The second rose, surprisingly, goes to Teresa, and everybody in the audience just gasped, and I actually had my mouth open too because I just knew that he was going to give the second rose to Faith. So now Faith is out because that was my choice. I thought they were going to give it to Faith. So now it's between Leslie and Teresa, and I'm thinking he's going to pick Leslie, but I've been counting Teresa out from the beginning, and she surprised me. She's already surprised me twice, so she may be surprising me for a third time, but I'm still going to go with Leslie because he seemed like he could really see himself with Leslie long term. And of course, Faith is devastated, and she can't believe that has actually happened, that she didn't get picked. And so now we get back to present day, and they're going to show Faith. And Gary's going to come out, and well, first Faith is watching the scene, and then they say Gary's going to come out so they can discuss it. And he comes out and he gives her a hug, and they both cry, and they discuss their time together. He didn't really say why he didn't pick Faith, but he just seems really upset about it. He's crying, she's crying. And then they end the show with a bunch of bloopers that are from the season so far. And as I said, the final show is November 30th. And I was surprised by that because I thought they were going to go ahead and just wrap this up. My honest opinion on this show is I know why I never watched it before, because it's just the idea of it just doesn't sit right with me. But it has been interesting watching it, and the older people being on it has, you know, shown it from a different perspective. I think if I had to pick a season to watch, this probably was the better season to watch. Then I think I can handle this a little bit better than I would have the previous seasons. But we shall see on November 30th who Gary picks and who he decides, if he proposes, and who he decides to give the final rose to. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. If you like this video, you'll like this video here. Again, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. See you on November 30th.